Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 874. For everybody who's new to the channel, welcome. For all my new members, welcome. It's you guys and ladies who really, keep the channel going. It's always appreciated, more than you know. Obviously, especially my members. Special shout out to all my members. A lot of you guys and girls have been with me for quite some time. In the channel, oh, that's a beauty. In the channel, it's not a web page, but I don't know what it's called. The channel page, the main page. If you click the icon, another 2018. That's a beauty. You see a member list, and it shows 8, right? Oh wow! I was gonna say, is this a copper penny? Holy smoke! How could this be? How can this be? Do you understand? This is an MS. I mean, it's circulated, but it's an uncirculated condition. I have to look at this through the loop. If it had this is a type of coin. If it has an extra thickness or anything like that, you're paid. You're paid. Man, I wish I could wish it into existence. I'm still super happy though. It's so beautiful. You are so beautiful to me. That's incredible. That's incredible. I have tubes for MS pennies that will go into the tube. I'll be honest with you, most of them in the tube don't look that good. I mean, that's good, good. So it shows 8, right? And it's random. I think if you keep clicking it, it keeps changing. I mean, I don't have that many. So somebody must have put a roll of 2018 pennies in here too, 'cause these are all like brand new. I'm still looking for errors on them, but they're absolutely gorgeous. Like 93. So yeah, that's a pretty nice. That's a nice Lincoln Memorial. Must just be another 2018. I knew it. I know. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. My grandfather used to say, my grandfather was a World War II vet. He didn't speak English, so and he was handy. So at 17 years old, they put him to drive a truck. I guess when he got out of boot camp, he was 18, but I think he went in at 17, campaign number 2. And he lived in a field. True story. I know I tell a bunch of stories on this, man. I got some wild ones. Let me tell you, my family history is, I mean, nothing to be, I don't know, whatever, man. It is what it is. Wait, those are shields. The zincs, they're not shields, they're zincs. Yeah, he lived in a field. My great grandfather was, as my understanding, was an indentured servant, right? And also my understanding, if I have my history correct, Puerto Rico did not abolish slavery until after it was abolished in the States. So they kept doing slavery in Puerto Rico afterwards. I want to say it was like close to the 1900s, like 1890. I gotta look it up now. I have to. When did I gotta look it up? I remember it being close to like 1900. When did Puerto Rico abolish slavery? It says 1873. Slavery in Puerto Rico 150 years ago. Examine the histories. I don't know why I thought it was later. Okay, what is this? World of 1898. Hold on a second. I'm telling you, man. 1873. What's this mean? World of 1898. World of 18. International Perspective. Spanish American War. World of 1898. I don't understand what that means. Okay, but there is a document. Capital 100 pesos. So I guess they. Oh wow! Look at this. 18 former slaves in Puerto Rico is a picture. I have a. I think I showed a picture. I have a picture not similar to this, but with like the with the hut, with like a hut. But my cousin told me that it was more like a shed, but it was made with like leaves and stuff, man. Like like friggin' Gilligan's Island. I have a picture of my grandmother standing in front of one of those. Anyway, so this picture's from 1898, but slavery was abolished in 1878. Okay, so maybe it was. And when was it abolished in the and when did USA? So it was 1873. Okay, it was 1865. So it was 8 years later that. So okay, so my point, I guess, what I remembered then was that in Puerto Rico there was still slavery even after the fact. So 1873, my grandfather was born, I think, 1915 or something like that. So his parents probably had him when they were most likely, almost guaranteed, teenagers. Because back then, at 15 years old, you were a man. You were working in the field. You were up. You might have had your own house, your own, not your own house, whatever. All right, cop paying them. Anyway, so my understanding is his father, and he was born in that he was an indentured servant, meaning that, yeah, okay, slavery was abolished already for 30, 40, 50 years, but they lived in a field. They had a house in the field, and that's where they lived. And I guess that's where they lived from when they were slaves. That's it. That's my understanding. So the war came, and that's what got my grandfather out of Puerto Rico. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the war. That's what got him out of Puerto Rico and got him. He came to New York afterwards. How he came here, I have no clue. Look at this. These 2017 Ps at high MS grade, they're expensive. And that was it. Somehow they met. I don't know how, but I guess you went into town or something like that. You met a chick. You lived in 382s. I guess they were still able to mingle. Imported. Look at this. We got a bunch of 82s, a bunch of what are those 88s, 18s, 2018s, a bunch of 2007. That's our third 2017 P. Even that's a nice looking shield. But I guess with my assumptions, I guess that they would learn how to fix stuff. And my grandfather had he came when he came back to when he came to New York after the war. He opened up a gas station and he fixed things. He fixed flats. Couldn't read or write, but knew how to drive a truck and fix a flat. Wow, that's a beauty. It's a brown. Another 82. That's a beautiful 82. There's something about it. It's like I guess this is what they will call luster. Hardly ever see. I think maybe it's not luster. And from the videos that I've seen on grading, somehow luster gets what's the word I'm looking for? Factored in to the grade of the coin somehow. Like they'll say, "Oh, the luster," and that must be why. I remember the guy saying something like that. Must be why it got such a high grade. It retained its luster. It has luster, or something like that. I was like, okay, another 2018. Another 82. This one here is zinc. I'm pretty sure. I will have to weigh these afterwards. That's like our fifth 82. A very weird penny roll hunt in that there's all these duplicates, which is not common. And the 82s, misaligned die. That's our fifth copper penny plus whatever copper 82s we got. Another 2017 almost like if this is from a like a store or something like that, where they have a bunch of similar, where they're opening up rolls of coins for the store. Gotta be. And then they, for whatever reason, they brought them back to the bank. That's a lot of 2018s. That's a lot. So anywho, look at this. It has, what's this purple? Is that dirt? Oh, it's like purple dye. Oh, it's too bad. That would probably mess up the whole date, the whole grade. It's a nice one though. Campaign number 6. I know we have at least one or two more in here. And we got a shiny, that's our second shiny Lincoln Memorial Zinc. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, it's almost cheaper to buy the coin already graded than it is to send it out to get graded, Look at this. Look at this nonsense. And it's in nice condition, man. It's not shiny, but it's nice. I mean, I've been picking up what the MS-68s coppers for $8, $9, $10. I mean, it costs $30 to get them graded. I'm talking about with insurance, tax, shipping back and forth, the whole shebang. So that doesn't make any sense. Why are you gonna pay $30 for a coin? You could just get it. You could buy it for fucking. Sorry. You can buy it for $10. Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Sorry. I think that's the first time that kind of slipped out and woof. I might have the S word in here once in going on 3 years. I might have it one time. That's a beauty too. That's like two slips. No excuses. No excuse. I apologize. No excuses. No excuses. That's it. Say you're sorry. You move on. You know. This is a beautiful. I'm thinking this is in the 50s. If this is in the 40s, no. I was just about to say maybe by the head it looks like maybe it's a 1940. Let me look at this under the loop real quick. For some reason I got the 19. For some reason I got seeing Rob finds treasure looking at the 1940. And probably a different date. If it is, I don't know. I can't tell. It's a nice looking coin though. I got to that much I would say. This is like it's a nice album filler. That's a nice coin. That's a nice coin. Should I take a picture of it? I'll take a picture of the back. So that way, in the thumbnail, it doesn't give out what year it is. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Where's my little cheeses? God bless. I found a clay marble the other day. It's in nice, beautiful condition. It even has some of its color. Yeah, if you're into marbles, yeah, buy. I always try to pick them up in lots, so that way you can find extra. You get extra marbles. And I'll see you in the next one.